So how's it feeling after going back and looking at the tape? What did you see from last night against Tulane?
Man, you know what? I thought the guys really played hard. The challenge was just, taking our game on the road and just playing with that enthusiasm and that fight that we know we can play with. So that was the challenge, and some musical chairs at certain positions, and obviously there was a lot of stuff on film that we could get better at, different run fit deals and coverage. Just doing some different things on the back end and making sure everyone is aligned correctly. And but for the most part, when you look at it, I really wanted to make sure those guys go out there and fight. I know Coach Malzahn was talking to the team about it as well. It's just, go out there and just have that fist fight mentality. And I really thought those guys came with that type of mentality.
What do you think about how the defense did pressuring their quarterback? I know Ricky Barber was he was in the backfield a lot, getting in his face.
Yeah, so Ricky Barber, I think, was able to hit the quarterback, I think, 6 times, got him on the ground 6 times, and we're getting a lot of max protection. They see him drop and trying to do some different things, and just giving drop a lot of attention as far as chipping him and doing some things. So, they were really heavy as far as getting the back out previous before we played them, and then they went into a max protection type mode and on that deal. So we'll do some stuff coverage-wise as well, because if they're maxing, we could do some stuff coverage-wise to help the secondary out.
So your quarterback, the linebacker, or quarterback in defense, Jeremiah wasn't able to go. So you roll with Jason, who you've been all year, but you played Cam Moore, you played Walter Yates. How'd that position look?
Yeah, it was good for just get Cam Moore. Cam Moore actually started. He's a true freshman. He's a guy that I keep saying he's a very smart player and a guy that understands football. And he was a guy that was chopping at the bit to be out there. The moment wasn't too big for him, so just having him get those reps was good for him. It'd be good to get Jeremiah back this week as well, but everybody had to step their level up. And like Jason Johnson, again, he didn't leave the field not one time. He's just a warrior. Doesn't complain, doesn't want to get out, loves football, so he's the type of guy that you want to coach.
Think more about Cam. I think when he forced the fumble, right? And so that's a big play for him to make. Just what are you seeing from him? He's getting a lot of opportunity,
Yeah, he's trying to take advantage of his opportunity. It was good for him to knock the ball loose there, and in a top 25 battle. And a guy like you said is a true freshman. And again, you got to remember Cam was on scout team earlier in the year. When he came over and we brought him back over, and he still understood the defense, and again, a very, very smart football player, and those reps is going to pay dividends for him down the road, and just his confidence as well. So just proud of him, is happy that he was able to step up for his teammates.
So you got no Quadric, no Devon, Dylan Lesser's been out. So at that safety position where you're rolling with Kobe Perry and Jarvis Ware and Wade Wells got in there.
Right.
Talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, you out. Your two starters, were out of the game, and you have Kobe Perry, you have Jarvis Ware, who was at corner, moving to safety, and you have William Wells out there. Those guys had to step their level up, and they played with that fight and that hunger that we talked about. And again, it was new form, certain situations, so the communication and different things we have to fix. But it's a next man up mentality, and then us as coaches, we got to get the guys ready. All around the country, everyone is banged up, so we're not going to make any excuses, and really nobody cares. You look at football, you want results. So nobody cares about that. So we got to figure out a way to get the results that we want, no matter who's up, next man up mentality, and if you're good enough, you're old enough, and if you're up, you're up. So just for that next guy being up and knowing that your number can be called at any time.
That corner position's been healthy though, with Devontae, Corey, Brandon Adams, Justin Hodges at the slot. Like, how would you evaluate how your corners have done this season?
We challenged them this week because we really feel like we have the best corners in the league. So going into the season, we was really good at pressing and playing man and doing different things. And we play a lot of man. We put them in the situations because we lean on them, because we know they have a really high skill set. And in each week we get different things, and we got to get more pass rush up front to help them. So they don't have to cover as long. We're getting a lot of max protection. So we'll do some different things to help them guys out as well. But they come to work, man, every week they come to work and try to get better, and we do things to help them. So just looking forward to them guys to continue to get better.
Lee Hunter's getting in there more and more as a reserve. how is he progressing?
He's
His first year playing.
Yes, he's progressing really well. You know, he's a big, massive human being up front that loves to go vertical. He creates a lot of havoc just going vertical. So he's getting better and better. Coach Martin is doing a great job with him. It was good for him to be out there playing in front of his family. I think he had like 40 family members there, and his daughter was there, and so it was really good for him to be out there playing in front of his family. So just happy for him, and again, for him to continue to progress is the goal.
Was there a moment in the game, maybe an individual play or a big stop that you kind of noted on film or maybe pointed out to the team, something that was really positive?
Yeah, just at this point, Coach Malzahn says it all the time. Just point out the effort plays. Like, we're gonna correct the corrections, but point out the plays where the guys are just playing just that extra effort and just going crazy effort to the ball. So every week we point that out. Ricky had one, Kobe Perry had one, Jason Johnson has one every week. Josh Sellerscar has one. Everybody, for the most part, had one of those just extra effort moments, and I always like to show like that blanket of a defense around the ball carrier. So anytime you can show your defense what it looks like, okay, this is what we mean by getting to the ball with bad intentions. It's always good to show those type of clips.
So what did you think of the atmosphere? It kind of felt like a home game.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, we were there. Our fans traveled well. Like, it was really impressive. It was really impressive. Coming out the locker room, our fans was like in that little area where we walk out and you could hear them. I'm like, okay, are we at home? Or what's going on? And then right behind our bench was a whole bunch of just UCF fans. So hats off to our fans. I mean, it was really impressive. Really, really impressive.
So you got it, challenge this week with Navy, and we all know what happened last year. What did you learn maybe from that game? I mean, I know there was a lot of injuries and everything going on at that point in time, but you faced a very unique offense. Right. So what did you learn from going through that experience? Yeah, just, and again, it was injuries last year. Around this time each year it's gonna be that type of situation. But last year was actually earlier in the season. But this year, just doing stuff in the spring, doing stuff in the fall, doing stuff on Sundays just to kind of get ready for this moment, because the offense is so just out of the ordinary of what we usually go against. So just having those guys ready so it won't be a shock to their body once we go against them. So just like you said, just preparing them for this particular game. What is, I guess, the most basic key that a defender has to be aware of when they try to defend that offense? Like, what's the thing that you harp on,
Well, I know one thing. If you don't stop the dive, that's like a long death. You know what I'm saying? So that's the main thing when you're going into it. You want to stop the dive, and you got to. It's really, be honest with you, it's one of those type of deals where everybody on defense has to do their job. Don't do anyone else's job. You do your job. So if you have to dive, take the dive. If you have the quarterback, take the quarterback. If you have pitch, take pitch. So it's triple option football. So it really has to be just you're fundamentally sound and really doing your job. Can't get nosy with your eyes. It really fundamentally, you have to coach. This is your job. Don't need heroes, So it makes you really have to be honed in on whatever your job description is.
So you're really hoping that the offensive scout team gives you a good look. That's going to be a
very
big job for them this week.
Very important. The scout team is very important. It has to be one of those deals where it has to be perfect, exactly how it's supposed to look, so our guys can get that look. And then also just the speed of it. It's a different speed as well. They do a good job. They've been running this offense for 1,000,000 years, so they know it inside out. So we just have to be ready defensively to adjust to anything that we see. And they do a good job. It's some work.
I know the record isn't great, but they just lost by 3 to Notre Dame over the weekend, and Notre Dame would just beat Clemson the week before. So, have you seen anything that really impresses you?
They're good football. You look at their record, and it mess around, and you go out there sleepwalking, and they'll creep up on you. They're a good football team. They have a good defense, good offense, a good coach, a good football team, and whatever their record is, for whatever reason, I don't know what the issue is, but when I cut on the tape, they're a good football team. So we're going to respect them, we're going to respect every opponent, and we got to respect them by giving our best, and preparation is key. We have to be prepared for Saturday once we play them.
As you guys kind of continue towards this march, you control your own destiny, coming off 3 big wins. What have you liked about your defense, and just kind of how everyone guys can see the prize at the end?
Yeah, just being able to respond. It's different situations. It's like it's championship ball each week. Even this week with Navy, we're gonna focus on Navy and making sure that we have to give them the respect of just focusing on them. you know, and just making sure we prepare for them. All the other stuff we don't even worry about, because we have to respect our opponent by giving them our best, prepare our best for our opponent. So it's Navy, 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 and we're locked in on them.
11 a.m. kickoff, you like that?
11 a.m. is bright and early. Good football happens in the morning.
Okay, all right. Appreciate
All right,
it.
thank you.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
All right.